At Gymnich, the informal meeting of EU foreign ministers has happened, and the focus was on relations with Turkey and Russia, as well as the situation in Belarus and the EU's strategic response to COVID-19. In rapid succession, in the past eventful weeks, a whole range of topics has developed extremely dynamically. But the meeting happened before the Lesbos incident, so that was not talked about there. Not only do all states continue to struggle with the corona pandemic and the consequences of the crisis, the situation in Libya, in the Eastern Mediterranean, or in Belarus and Lebanon is also tense. The European Union is called upon on many fronts to position itself and act in terms of foreign policy. In order to discuss current crises and at the same time to exchange ideas in an informal setting on fundamental foreign and security policy, issues of strategic importance, this is what the so-called Gymnich meeting organized by the EU High Representative Joseph Borrell and the foreign ministers of the state that currently holds the EU Council presidency, this time Foreign Minister Heiko Maas. In case of Belarus, the EU calls for a peaceful solution. The foreign ministers jointly discussed what contribution the EU can make to maintain the pressure on President Lukashenko and to help Belarus find a way out of the crisis through dialogue. Germany campaigned for support aimed at a peaceful national dialogue and transition process in Belarus and an OSCE mediation mission. Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said everyone in the hall agreed. If Mr. Lukashenko increases the pressure on peaceful civil society, then we as the EU must increase the pressure on Mr. Lukashenko. Human rights and freedom are the most elementary basic values, and that is what we stand for in the EU. No ifs or buts. And that is why there will gradually be targeted sanctions against those responsible for election rigging and violence. For the discussion on the EU's relations with Russia, the European External Action Service has submitted an inventory of the implementation of the 5 EU principles for dealing with Russia, agreed in June 2016. On this basis, the foreign ministers discussed the current status of relations and the possibilities for further developing EU-Russia policy. Germany advocates a principled but also more active policy towards Russia. This includes open dialogue as well as adherence to existing sanctions as long as the other basis does not change. Heiko Maas said there are some dark clouds over our relationship. In particular, Russia must do more to clarify the Navalny case. However, these investigations must not remain a fig leaf. The background to the crime must be clarified comprehensively and transparently, and those responsible will be held accountable. In any case, the Navalny case shows once again that as the EU we need a principled but also a more active and interest-based Russian policy than before. In the debate on Turkey, the participants discussed EU-Turkey relations as a whole. At the end of the meeting, Heiko Maas said, "Our relationship is more than strained by the events in the Eastern Mediterranean. We were united in our solidarity with Greece and Cyprus. A diplomatic solution in the context of direct talks remains our most urgent goal. We also agreed that questions of international law should be submitted to the International Court of Justice for clarification." The central element of EU-Turkey relations is the dialogue process between EU Foreign Affairs Representative Josep Borrell and Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu. Previously, because relations with the EU are currently under strain, a constructive dialogue with Turkey is then indispensable for solving the disputes in the Eastern Mediterranean, but also for a peaceful political process in Libya. Before the official start of the Gymnich meeting, the German EU Council presidency is organizing a work lunch between the EU foreign ministers and the Israeli Foreign Minister Gabi Ashkenazi. Topics were the Middle East peace process, the situation in the region and the relations between the EU and Israel, an important concern for Germany. Just one information, YouTube has just activated membership on my channel, so if you want some exclusive content in the future, have a look at the join button you find under the video. If you want to know more about European politics right now, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you on the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video, click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!